For people that don't know me, I moved here in 1975. I did make my living in the islands. I worked for the telephone company for 30 years. It gave me the opportunity to go on to each island. I've been everywhere that there is telephone service in the county. When I was the area plant supervisor, gave me the opportunity to spend a lot of time in on each of the islands with each of the what we call them service areas, and in the county we call them UGAs. So it was basically the same areas. I got a lot of time visiting. I've been involved in basically all the construction of the telephone network throughout the county. One of my goals was also to do something with the fire districts. I really didn't want to be a volunteer fireman, but I wanted to do something. The opportunity came up to be one of the fire commissioners, and I served on the San Juan Fire District 3 as a fire commissioner for the past 13 years. I didn't run for re-election because of the fact I didn't want to have a conflict between my county position and the fire position. I also served on the San Juan Senior Service Board for 6 years, and then they slapped an age limit on there, and I was, at the time, I was 45, and they raised their age limit to 50, so I didn't run again for the board, that seat again. I've been involved in a lot of community activities. I love these islands. I have worked to preserve our island way of life, and I've been involved in Kiwanis. We brought Relay for Life through PTI at the time through to the county. Also the United Way was founders of the United Way on San Juan Island as well too. One of my goals was always to be a councilman. I was elected. Thank you to the popular vote that I received on Orcas Island helped me move to that position, and I enjoy being a councilman. I want to continue being a councilman. The work that we've accomplished over the last 3.5 years has been monumental. We've moved the CAO through. We got the Shoreline Master Plan done. It's sitting down at the Growth Management Board now. We have also done a lot of reorganization within the county, changing department managers out, department heads out. It's been pretty exciting to see that. We've got people in position now that understand the direction that the county wants to go. We want to offer better customer service. That's our bottom line, and we've got people that are committed to doing that now. Communication-wise, we've stepped up our program. We've gone to a new web page. We're trying to reach out to every 1 minute. We're done. Okay, just so we want to do one thing.
I'll give you 1 minute.
Okay, I'm here to seek your vote so I can continue being your councilman. I serve everybody in the county as I had done when I was the supervisors at Century Tel. The entire county were my customers, and as I took the position as a councilman, the entire county are my customers, or I guess my constituents now. Thank you.
So my name is Cheryl Albritton, for those of you who don't know me. I was born and raised here in Washington, in Marysville, and we decided to move back out to the islands 4 years ago. My husband was raised on Lopez, graduated there in '85, and my mother-in-law is still there, owns Windermere. And I started out in public service when I was 17. I had a job with the city of Marysville before I graduated, and I wanted to be a physical therapist, but I got sucked into helping people, and I just loved being a public servant and making a difference. So I went on to City of Mill Creek after that, and then Skagit County for 10 years. I am a founding member of the Association of Permit Technicians, a certified building inspector. And in 2002, I left the county to help people full-time, and I have a business permit professionals where I help people throughout the region with their permitting problems, their customer service problems, and I end up being the buffer for them and helping them achieve their goals. We all know it can be very challenging. Most jurisdictions can be hard to work with, so I get to help ease their mind and be responsive when the county or city is not. What made me want to step up and run for council is the lack of fairness and equity that I see happening, not only here, but in other places. But being a resident, I'll be able to make a big difference here. I have a workhorse work ethic, and I don't stop till something's accomplished, and I think that that would be a huge asset to the county and to the other council members, bringing my experience and putting all that I've learned, channeling all that, and serving my own community to make it better. Let's see. So, I'll give you a little bit of my speech that I gave to the others, and I think the biggest difference with having experience is having applied codes to thousands of projects. There's an advantage to really having an inside view of things. When you have the experience, you can really come up with solutions that work, and you're in the know, and you're really able to balance, because I'm a property rights advocate, but at the same time we do have to, respect the environment, and so that balancing act can be challenging, and we've worked for years doing that, both as a code enforcement officer. I did work doing that at Skagit, and so really being a problem solver, but more importantly, that personality that is going to work with people rather than an adversary. So I would just, like to bring that type of leadership to the county, one that is truly transparent and empowering for everyone. I think it's important to make sure staff has the support they need, because when they're happy, then they're going to give you better service.
Thank you. Okay, Frank Penn.
Say thank you all for coming, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to tell you about myself, because that's less important. I will put community first in our government processes. I will help citizens, businesses, and organizations get a fair shake by implementing county fairness policies and the coordination processes. Currently, there are too many special interest biases controlling our county. And my passions will continue to be community first and boots on the ground conservation. And while most county staff and supervisors are professional, there are staff emails referring to citizens as pigs, and some supervisors issuing staff who have no email, phone, or written contact with respected citizens. Government should formally respond to and address reasonable citizen inquiries. And government should also treat all nonprofits, service organizations, and citizens equitably. It does not. So improvements and changes need to happen. And I will use a 12-member advisory board and their white papers to make county decisions, rather than relying on staff biases and special interest lobbying. Fair and equitable rules and policies will allow organizations and businesses to operate without fear of retribution or closure. My personal experiences with community treasures is what's driven me to seek this office. I do not want to see my 12 years of hard work establishing community treasures go to waste by having it closed down at a future date due to politics, regulatory changes, or because essential public facilities laws and county promises are ignored. So a little bit about myself. I probably have the most business experience of anyone in this room. I've had lots of businesses and very successful businesses, so I retired at an early age. I've had lots of leadership experiences. I've been president of Lions Club, Dollars for Scholars, Community Treasures, The Grange, and been on many other boards. My volunteer experiences are pretty extensive. I've got a Melvin Jones Award from the Lions Club for my work. I've got a Dog Guides of Canada Lifetime Membership for my work at Camp Horizon. And I've got 4 wonderful children and a 40-year pride. And our family has some very philosophical tenets. And so our integrity and the way we live is of the utmost importance to us.
Okay, and finally, Steve Worthing. Steve?
Thank you, and welcome to an opportunity to talk to you about what I think about government and about what I've done in life. I am a lawyer, and I was a lobbyist for 30 years in Olympia and Washington, D.C., mostly in Olympia, and in Olympia, the whole point is to get things done, and I think that that's the point of politics also. Sometimes the things that get done are not beneficial, but in any event, you have to act. You cannot just sit on your hands and let people give you a budget and say, oh, good, here it is. You know, we'll approve it. I think that the most important thing for a county councilman is the budget, by far. It's the amount of money spent in this county is well over $70 million when you include the actual budget itself, plus all of the various state programs that come here and the federal programs. As a lobbyist, I was very successful in manipulating the system, and that's what it is. And I did it with the money that I contributed and with the strategies that I fashioned, and got things done that would curl your hair. But that's what government is about. Sometimes you don't like what they do, but you have to act. You have to do the job. And as a county councilman, I would do the job. And I would do it without favoritism, without impact from people like myself, because I know how they do things. And I know how I can respond to them in a positive way without getting mad. In all the time I was in Olympia, there may have been 1 or 2 times I got mad, and I don't think there'll be 1 or 2 times up here I'll get mad. I think we can work within the system we have, make this county work the way it should, and I'd be glad to do the job for you. Thank you very much.